Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that with us this morning. It is now my honor to introduce Kate Shepard. She is going to come up. She's one of our middle school students. Kate?
Hi, my name is Kate Shepard and I am in 7th grade. One of our major topics that we have learned about so far this year has been World War I and specifically Armistice Day. At 11 a.m. on November 11, 1918, the Allied powers stopped fighting officially with Germany. They named this day Armistice Day, and in 1958 they renamed it Veterans Day. I have been asked to share a letter that I wrote to the veteran earlier this year after learning about Veterans Day. It is dated October 5th, 2017. Dear veteran, thank you so much for serving our country. Veterans Day has always been a special holiday to me, but this year it is extra special because I learned about the history. Originally, Veterans Day was called Armistice Day, and Armistice Day was the day in World War I when Germany signed an armistice. It was the end of World War I. To me, it is amazing that Veterans Day represents peace. I am especially glad that you help keep peace in today's world. Fighting in the military takes courage. You are brave to do what's right and fight for your country. I may not know you personally, but I know you are a great person. Whether you are in the Marines, Coast Guard, Army, Navy, or Air Force, I know you are a great soldier. Thank you for doing what's right and fighting for freedom. Sincerely, Kate Shepard.
Thank you, Kate Shepard, for sharing that with us this morning. Our 5th graders have been working on a very touching song to share, and I'd like to ask our 5th grade students to please stand and sing If You're Reading This. fifth graders, thank you so much for sharing with us this morning that song. And Mr. Braddock, thank you for including that this morning. We haven't heard that one. I'd like to ask our third graders to please sing. They are going to be singing the preamble of the Constitution.
That's a song. People.
Thank you, third grade. The Candeo Assembly that we have for Veterans Day, this is our 9th annual assembly, and it's really become part of a tradition here in our community. And Katie Seguraton, who puts all the hard work and effort to having this assembly come together every year, she receives messages from the families of people that travel out of state to be here, travel across country. She introduced an uncle that surprised his Candeo students this morning. They didn't even know he was going to come for this special ceremony that we put together. And so it's just I'm very honored to be able to meet with you every year. I love a very special veteran in my life, my brother. And so thank you to him, and maybe one year he'll be able to join us here. And thank you to Dr. Musser for caring so much to put this tradition forth for our Candeo community, because I know there's a veteran in her life that she loves very deeply. Katie Seguraton, I'd like to introduce you now. She is definitely her vision that brought this to the Candeo community and presented to Dr. Musser, and she has a special guest that she has to introduce this morning.
Thank you. I don't know who wouldn't want to be involved in this. It's pretty awesome. So Dennis Beaver, I think he came the very first year that we did this. 9 years ago, I think, when this building, we had our first Veterans Day in this building. I think he came to that one, and it's been 9 years he's been coming to these. He proudly served in the United States Air Force from 71 to 91. He was stationed all over this country, in many overseas and also in many overseas locations. England, Germany, Japan, Guam, Turkey. Mr. Beaver retired from Davis-Monthan Air Force Base in Tucson as a senior master sergeant. He truly is proud to be an American, and he is honored to sing our last song, God Bless the USA, accompanied by Mr. Braddock. And if you're feeling like you want to sing the chorus with him, I say do it. It's going to be beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you again, Candeo, for doing this very patriotic event, and you should be so proud. You should be so proud, and I'm proud that you do it, and I'm proud of all these veterans sitting right here, my brethren in arms, and I just, this song by Lee Greenwood is instrumental in how we feel and how we act in the military as far as defending this country, standing up for the flag, and we just we continue to do that as military folks, and I just thank you all sitting there for that, and I ask that you help me sing this song right now. And thanks to Mr. Braddock for his accompaniment. How about a nice hand for Mr. David Braddock? I don't know how he can remember all those songs, but if tomorrow things were gone, I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again, just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and Amadou to LA. Well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men and women who died, who gave that right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. safe. Thank you, Candale.
I think this is the perfect way to conclude our assembly this morning. I'd like to thank all the Candeo students, our PVO, teachers, the honor guard, and the parents for all the preparations that you put into this assembly. Mr. Baratic, the music that makes this assembly beautiful, thank you for sharing your gift with us, with our students. Thank you so much for everything you do every year for us. And thank you, Dr. Musser. Thank you for building this as part of our Candeo tradition for our community. Thank you very much. And I'd like to thank Mrs. Seguraton. You are so wonderful to do so much to prepare to share this morning with us. Thank you. But most of all, I'd like to thank our veterans. Yay! Veterans, we thank you for your service. We are proud to be seated among you. We are proud to be Americans. We are proud to celebrate Veterans Day today, and we get to celebrate it on the 11th too, so we get to celebrate it twice this year. So thank you, veterans, for being here with us. This concludes our 9th annual Veterans Day Assembly. Students, please give your veteran a hug and a big kiss and say we'll see you at the end of the day, and meet your classmates and your teachers, and have a great, great day. Thank you so much for being with us.